Every family has that relative. Ours shows up at Thanksgiving. Trucker cap, worn-out shirt, faded jeans. Every year we listen to his rants about the economy, the fake moon landing, and how Big Brother is killing us by controlling the weather. That ain't normal, he says, gripping a turkey leg. See those white trails in the sky? That's population control. Someone's gotta do something about it. Usually these talks don't last long. The family learn to distract him with questions. So, how's the boat, Uncle Frank? Enjoying retirement? Did you get that hip checked out? But that unfortunate Thanksgiving, things spiraled out of control. Uncle Frank had too much to drink, got worked up, and wouldn't stop. The government made a new virus, he yelled. Ebola will look like a common cold. It's airborne and will wipe out 70% of us. We have to rise up. Grandma started crying. She'd just buried Grandpa. Dad tensed up and jumped to his feet. Enough, he said, dragging Uncle Frank out of the room. All right, I'm sorry, Frank muttered. But Dad still walked him to the door and slammed it shut. I barely saw my uncle after that. A couple of years later, my girlfriend Vanessa and I went south, visiting the university where she'd been accepted for grad school. I was proud of her. We were driving down an empty road when the GPS went dead. We ended up on a dirt trail in the middle of the woods, darkness everywhere. Do you see any sign at all? Vanessa asked. No. I squinted. Twilight was deepening, and then the car jolted, hard. Damn! I pulled over and killed the engine. Smoke started pouring from under the hood. We got out. The air was so cold it stuck to our skin. We zipped up our jackets. We didn't have a flashlight. Vanessa lit up her phone while I checked under the hood. Couldn't see a thing. I called roadside assistance. They said they couldn't get to us before morning. Damn. I turned to Vanessa, cold cutting through me. Looks like we're stuck here for the night. She shoved her hands in her pockets, shivering. Do you know anyone around here? I frowned. Yeah, one guy. I dialed his number. About an hour later, Uncle Frank's pickup appeared down the road. He parked behind us, got out, cowboy boots and all, as always. Well, what have we got here? He whistled. Hey, Uncle Frank. I reached out, but he pulled me into a bear hug that almost cracked my ribs, then turned to Vanessa. And who's this? Vanessa, she said, shaking his hand. Thanks for helping us out. Happy to help. Family's family. Frank peeked under our hood too, but didn't figure it out. Let the mechanic deal with it. He brushed his hands off. Come on, let's head to my place. I'll get you to the shop in the morning. That'd be great. We grabbed our bags, left the keys in the car, and got in his pickup. About 5 minutes later, Frank cleared his throat. So, where'd you two meet? At university, I said. Ah. He leaned toward Vanessa. Colleges, brainwashing factories. That's where the lizard people indoctrinate folks. Lizard people? She echoed. They run the world. She nodded, stiff. Easiest way to spot a lizard. How's the boat, Uncle Frank? I cut in. Ah, that old tub, not bad. Keeps breaking down, though. And off he went. I relaxed. Distraction successful. Half an hour later, we arrived. A small, squat house in the middle of nowhere. No lights around. "Come on in." He swung the door open. "But you break anything, I'll kill ya." We exchanged awkward glances at his joke. "Kidding." He pointed down the hall. "Guest room's yours." And to another door. "Bathroom's there. My bedroom's around the corner. If you hear weird noises, don't come looking." Another glance between us. "What?" "Make yourselves at home. Good night." He vanished. A few minutes later, Vanessa went to shower, and I was putting away our stuff when Frank poked his head out. "Psst, Tommy." "Yeah, Uncle?" "Your girl. She flat earther?" "What?" "You know, does she believe Earth's flat or round?" He drew a line in the air. Weird question, but I played along. "Not sure, I'll ask." "Make sure you do." He stood there silently until the water started running in the bathroom. "All right, bedtime. See you in the morning, and remember, strange noises, don't check." He left. One night, I thought, we can survive this. That night I lay down next to Vanessa, held her hand, and drifted off. Later, God knows when, someone shook me. Vanessa. "Tom!" "What?" I rubbed my eyes. "Your uncle." A long moan echoed from the hallway. Desperate, like someone having a seizure. I tensed. Another harrowing scream, like someone being eaten alive. "What the hell is that?" Vanessa whispered. "I don't know." I moved to the door. "Is your uncle okay?" "I think so." "He's dying, Tom." The screams grew louder, then a sob. "God, do something!" "He told us not to bother him. Just check on him." I stepped out. "Help me! Ah!" Frank's voice cracked. I ran to his door and pounded. "Uncle Frank? What's going on?" Another scream. The door was locked. "Oh God, no! Help me!" He sounded insane. "I'm coming!" I backed up and slammed my shoulder. Bang! Again. Bang! "Help! Ah!" The door gave way. The room was dark, only a beam of moonlight on the floor. Frank sat on the edge of the bed, gasping, and on his shoulders, something small, bulldog-sized, whispering in his ear. "No, please. I can't take it anymore," Frank begged. The creature's voice was soft, sinister, almost sweet, but I couldn't catch the words. "Your lies, they hurt so much," it murmured. My throat locked up. The word slipped out on its own. "Uncle Frank, are you okay?" He turned. His voice was cold, threatening. "I told you not to come in." "Sorry." He leapt at me. I tried to back off, but he grabbed my arm, slapped a sweaty hand over my mouth, and pinned me to the wall. I struggled, but his grip was iron. He hissed in my face, "You should have listened, Tommy." I nodded frantically. The creature still sat on his shoulders, its yellow eyes glowing, a foul stench filling the room. "You won't tell anyone what you saw," Frank whispered. I barely breathed, nodding in panic. He let go. Go to bed, Tommy. I stumbled back down the hall, shaking, made it to our room and slammed the door. Vanessa sat on the bed, white as a sheet. What the hell was that? I don't know. Seriously, Tom, what? I don't know. Is he alive? I can't say. I collapsed on the bed, silent. Why won't you say? Trust me. I can't. She turned away. I drifted into a nervous half-sleep. Didn't sleep much. Morning came with Frank cheerfully whistling around the house. 5 minutes later, breakfast? He knocked. We were already packed and dressed. No thanks. All right, come on, I'll drive you. Soon we were at the repair shop. We talked to the mechanic, listed the issue. Frank pulled me aside. Listen, Tommy, about last night. You don't have to... No, I gotta apologize. See, I got a cat. A cat? When I get scared, he comes, sits on my shoulder, and comforts me. I stood there, speechless. Last night, he reminded me of stuff from the past. His voice faded in my ears. Anyway, sorry for snapping. Let's keep it between us, all right? Sure, Uncle. He waved at Vanessa. Take care of my nephew. Will do, she answered, relieved. His pickup turned and drove off. Vanessa frowned at me. You're still not talking? I shrugged. How do you explain what you don't understand? I watched his truck disappearing down the road. In the back window, I could just make out a small creature, bulldog-sized, sitting on his shoulders, yellow eyes locked on me. Whatever that was, I had no idea. But one thing I knew for sure. Hell no, that wasn't a cat. The corpse had no face. It's an epidemic now. In our little town, it's practically a bad habit, ending with a murder-suicide. A knife in the chest and a double barrel hole in the mouth isn't enough anymore. No, everyone wants to be original, unique. You have to peel off the victim's face and chew it like jerky, then slit your own throat. Do you know how long it takes to bleed out from a cut carotid artery? Not long. 30 seconds, maybe. A minute if you're lucky. It's nowhere near enough time to make an arrest, to interrogate the killer, to figure out why he murdered his lover, his parents, his best friend. Not enough to dig up that murky mental sludge that makes someone rip off a face and swallow it whole. There's just not enough time. So I have to get creative. For the last month, I've been digging through old case files and rotting graves, sifting through local folklore, interviewing living legends, scraping through social media for anything supernatural, gruesome, or just plain insane within a 30-mile radius. Anything to understand what's causing these cannibal suicides. And what did I find? Nothing, absolutely nothing, zero. Until today. See, luck finally smiled on me. An answer to a prayer. And that luck has a name. Lucas. 17 years old, brilliant, top of his class, captain of the soccer team, head of the debate club, chairman of the Student Human Rights Council, and the future valedictorian. Not just a good kid, the kind colleges fight over. And 4 days ago, Lucas killed his father, ripped off his face, washed it down with a glass of ginger ale, then slit his own throat and died beside him. At least that was the plan. But for all his brilliance, Lucas wasn't great at suicide. Lacked follow-through, simply put. He didn't cut the jugular, just scratched it deep enough to faint from blood loss, but shallow enough for paramedics to patch him up. And that was his mistake. Because now, he's mine. I hate hospitals. Sterile light, chemical warfare stench, clutter and emptiness in the same breath. Probably why Lucas tenses up when he sees me. It's my face. Sour. Disgusted. Hard to be anything else. Hospitals remind me of my sister, and my sister reminds me of... "Who are you?" Lucas rasps, like his throat's been rinsed with razors. He lies there like a mummy, bandages choking his neck. He asks again. It sounds even more painful, but I stay silent. We're not at that stage yet. I cross the room, take off my jacket, hang it on a chair. Sit. He looks at me like I'm a hallucination, like I make 0 sense. I get it. From his point of view, it's 10 p.m., a stranger in a black suit with a mean face and a case that screams, "Bad news," just walked in. He probably thinks I'm here about insurance, or to steal a kidney. But my plans are worse. I open the case, shuffle papers, find the tablet. Form 34 to 3A. Interrogation protocol, suitable for cases of supernatural violence. Click the pen. Write, Lucas. He tries to speak, but it's just a wheeze. I keep writing. Pupils, messy hair, nervous lip twitch, a dozen boring fields. "Are you with the police?" he croaks. I glance up so he knows I hear him, then back to the tablet. Here's the secret to conversation. What's unsaid matters more. Ignoring someone is the worst torture. Silence does its magic. Lucas cracks. He jerks, mashes the call button. Once, twice, 3 times, no one comes. I made sure of that. He's mine. He tries to yell, but it's just a whisper. "Nurse. Somebody." Smart kid figured it out. I'm not supposed to be here. Good. I finish the last field and clear my throat. "Nurse." "Not coming," I say, pocketing the pen. "Gone home. Security, too. It's just you and me tonight." He stares, lips stuck together, brain stalling. I already told the detectives everything. I know. I have my own questions. "So who are you?" I loosen my tie. "Name doesn't matter. I work for an organization that cares about your situation. Private firm. Off the books. We call ourselves the Order of Alice." "Never heard of it." "That's the idea." "So, you're not a cop?" "Hopeful." I lean in, whisper, "No, kid. I'm the Inquisitor. The guy they call when the monster under the bed is real." The heart monitor slows. I just confirmed monsters are real. Reality is a curtain. Instead of panic, He exhales in relief. Weird. Dry cough. Raspy. Tastes like years of life lost. He raises a brow as I dig in my pocket. What are you looking for? Medicine, I mutter, pulling out cigarettes and biting one. For a second, he looks like he wants to say, "You can't smoke here." Then he sees the gun on my hip and thinks better of it. Smart boy. You told the cops you didn't kill your dad, I grunt, lighting up. That it was someone or something, right? He nods, as much as the bandage allows. That's why you're here. You believe me? His voice is full of desperate hope. Of course, I say. I believe you. He sinks into the pillow. Thank you. No one believes me. Detectives were already building a life sentence case. I exhale smoke. Relax. You won't go to prison. You think they'll acquit me? I laugh, accidentally. God, no. If this state had the death penalty, you'd be first in line. 3 times. Drag. More smoke. Then, you won't go to prison because by morning you'll be gone. The words hang like a guillotine. He shrinks. Thinks I mean the monster. Only partly. You're innocent, I say. Like all the victims in this town, they were spectators of their own nightmare, like my sister. Sister? Damn, slipped. What happened to her? Same thing as you, only she didn't miss the vein. I sigh, flick ash on the floor. That's why you interest me. This is personal. I need the name of the thing that did this to you, and to her. His eyes go glassy. Sorry, I can't say. You can. You don't understand. It all started when I learned its name. If I say it, if you hear it, then it'll come for me. I stare him dead in the eye. Kid, I've been doing this a long time. Too long. Monsters, legends. I know the risk. That's why I came. Sounds like you want to die. Maybe. I crush the cigarette, cough blood. Cancer. Leukemia, stage 4. Doc says a year if I quit, a few months if I don't. Do the math. God, my mom died of leukemia. That's horrible. I check the clock, 10:35 p.m. Yeah. Not fishing for sympathy. Just saying I'm dead either way, no use saving me. It's not just about you, he rasps. This thing makes you kill someone you love before you die. I know. I need the name. He breathes in, suffers, decides. Lucas, you can save people. Prove your innocence. Right now, your dad died for nothing. Give me the name, and his death will have meaning. And that turns the knife. Like any kid, he wants to be a good son, even when dad's in the ground. His eyes go empty. Okay. Lips move, syllables sweet as sugar. He gives me the key to hell. Zipper Joe. I write the word, and the ink erases itself right under the pen. Bingo. I grin like a madman. 30 years. That's how long I've hunted my sister's killer. Now, with one foot in the grave, he comes to me. My hand trembles. I'm scared. When was the last time I was truly scared? Oh, God, Lucas whispers, covering his face. I shouldn't have. My smile cracks. You're a good person. You shouldn't have. It's okay, I cut him off. I'm already dead. Tears flow. You don't get it, he whispers. Now that you know the name, Zipper Joe will make you kill the one you love most. Just like he made you kill your dad. His gaze is painfully honest. He probably imagines my kids, parents, friends, me killing them. I'm a monster, he sobs. No, you're good. I'm the monster. He blinks, confused. See, I say, I'm a bitter man. Women avoid me. No wife, no kids. My parents were such pieces of work that if my sister hadn't gone first, I would have done it myself. Sympathy flickers in his eyes. My shrink calls it sociopathy or psychopathy. I forget. I bite my lip, fingers drumming. I have no ties. Closest thing to love is my work. You could say I'm married to it. He swallows. Zipper Joe killed my sister, I smile. The only one I ever loved. Nothing matters more to me than ripping him apart. And I can only do that through you. I lean in. I need your story. The night you ate your dad's face. Every goddamn detail. The monitor wails. Lucas tries to get up. I push him back into the mattress. Let go! I press a finger to his jugular, just enough to remind him to cooperate. You get it now. He trembles, eyes flicking to the clock, 11:12 p.m. Right now, there's no one in the world more important to me than you, I whisper in his ear. He freezes. Realization dawns. It's not personal, honestly, just needed to motivate him, raise the stakes. So he'd push through the trauma and spill the truth. Bastard, he hisses. You used me. Occupational hazard. I grab the tablet, the pen. People are dying, killing their loved ones, peeling faces. Like my sister. I need to know why. Why Zipper Joe does this. He pulls back. You think your sister would be okay with you sacrificing a kid for revenge? He stares daggers at me. Kid's got dreams, a life ahead. So did my sister. Sister's dead, I snap. It's not about what she'd want. It's about what I need. Zipper Joe will pay. You're insane. Click of the pen. Slam on the tablet. Maybe, but you know what happens at midnight. So start talking, or soon you won't have a tongue to talk with.